What's up, haters and supporters? I have been motivated to do this video because I am afraid of someone disagreeing with me, and I think that's good for me. It gets me to be able to improve my speaking abilities, my articulation abilities, and it desensitizes me from fears of rejection and perception. So here we go. I was motivated to make this video because of a video that I uploaded a couple days ago. In that video, I claimed that I felt rejected by the world because I didn't believe in objective morality. Objective morality being, I don't believe that murder, the worst thing you can possibly imagine, the worst, most evil thing anyone has ever done to you or anyone else, I don't believe that without a God, at least, I'm a Christian, but I'm not even going to talk about God. I just think that without a God, you can't possibly have objective morality. You can have morality, you can have definitions of things that are harmful and unharmful, and I believe that even if God didn't exist, you can say murder is wrong, but I don't think it's objective. So I made a video about how I felt rejected by society because I know if I were to say that out loud, people are going to be emotional and, I don't know, for a lack of a better word, they're going to be triggered. As soon as I say something, imagine I say sexual assault is not objectively bad. I sound like I'm defending sexual assault, right? Well, I'm not. I sincerely believe, so everyone that wants to disagree with me, just at least know that I think most of these things are, all of these things are bad. But within my years of debating philosophy within myself, of course, I haven't read any philosophy texts or anything like that. I probably watch YouTube videos here and there, and I've sat alone in my room just thinking. I've come to the conclusion that it's all just emotions. It's all just human beings expressing emotions. It's all when human beings feel so righteous and have so much conviction in saying something is so self-evidently wrong, it's just their display of emotions to either the person or to an act happening. So this video, sorry, there's someone outside the door and I got shy. So in this video, I will just freestyle spit out why I believe society can easily function without free will. Okay, I disagree with that. I don't think easily, but I believe it is within the laws of physics that because someone who doesn't believe in free will, I sort of have the ability to condemn harm despite there being no free will. When people often say there has to be free will because then you can't enforce societal norms, I always think, yes, that might be chaotic, but just because it would be harder to imprison murderers doesn't mean that objective morality exists. And that's not where I'm even getting to. I believe we can live pretty much the same despite there being no free will. First of all, if I accept there's no free will, then I think everything that's going to happen will happen eventually, and there's nothing you can do about that. But see, this is why I'm making these videos, so I get better at speaking. I'm already getting lost in my own head. But I am someone who does not believe in free will, and I act as if I do. I still judge a lot of people. Sometimes I'm conscious of it and tone it down a little bit and tell myself, this person who is mean to me or who is acting unfairly, or that guy who's acting crazy in the sidewalk all drugged up, he literally has no free will. The accumulation of everything that happened in his life, plus his genetics, plus societal norms, plus every piece of content he consumed, made him be like that. Of course, the majority of you are going to say, no, he can choose to get a job right now. I seriously believe there's something in his biology preventing him from taking that action. And if he ever were to change, it's because he either feels enough pain to change or something along those lines. Of course, if we keep talking to this, I have to bite the bullet and I have to admit the most heinous of crimes, which I'm not even going to mention, are not objectively bad. And the people who commit them are pretty much just victims themselves, victims of circumstance, and victims of a lack of free will. And yeah, that's very problematic. But I believe that, and I still think it's wrong, and you can still agree that you can come up with a standard of harm, and you can say this thing is, I don't know the science behind harm. There's probably some type of chemical or hormone that expresses out when you're feeling some type of suffering. Some suffering is worth it. You have to say, is this, we have to define suffering, probably something biological. It doesn't have to be biological. We don't have to go that deep. And we could bring religion into this if we want, but no, I'm not going to do this right now. And we can say murder is bad because it creates this much suffering. And if this person is locked away in prison, there would be less suffering. And that's just something that benefits us because we're selfish, and that's why we do it. And I live like that, and I feel like society can function like that. The only thing that would prevent society from functioning like that is people's prides. So I believe it's within the laws of physics. I'm sorry. I know this is incredibly contradictory, because if I don't believe in free will, then I must believe that the laws of physics only have one possible outcome, kind of. But so yeah, I'm just gonna be contradictory and say, I don't know, within the non-free will that we have, or the free will that we don't have, we can still choose to have standards, boundaries, and laws, despite it not being people's fault. Of course, with this, it would probably mean humanizing or empathizing with people who society deems to be quite evil. And I don't know, we can also choose to act in a certain way, not completely say, oh, you're just a poor baby, but in a way, I don't know, we can prevent more things from happening. And I don't know, sometimes we might take pity and empathize with evil people, and of course we either change them better or we prevent them better, and they're still going to be locked away because it creates a net harm for society. I think that can still happen. I think if I can, then people can. That's my argument, at least. It is a possibility that humanity can accept a society without free will. It will be hard. I feel like I argued that it can, but I will argue it's very unlikely because people are very prideful. And I don't know, is it prideful for me to say that I believe I can take my pride and ego down? Maybe it is, but I don't know. God bless you. If you believe in love or values or goodness, then that's pretty wishy-washy and supernatural to me already, so you might as well believe in God. But who am I to know? I'm just a little human being. Measly little human being. Bye.